Indeed, AG Capital Partners is a private equity firm, and we have a strong interest in the Greek market as well as the Cypriot market. Why is it interesting? Just because the banking system is awash with real estate. You have about 106 billion euros worth of NPLs in Greece, about 25, 22 in Cyprus. And just because the banking system has been collateral based, i.e. they were lending against the perceived value of your asset as opposed to the repayment ability of the borrower, they've ended up with a lot of real estate. And one could say it's between 70 and 80% of those NPLs is collateral against real estate. Just because it was a collateral-based system, much of those assets are not investment quality, are not investment grade. So many of those would be operational assets, corporate real estate, which might have a use to you, the borrower, the occupier, as opposed to me, the investor. Much of it would be granular. So it's not like the quality you found in the UK or Spain, for example. So that's one issue. And the other issue is something that we found out through experience. We were fortunate enough to manage the first ever REO portfolio that came onto the Greek market, which comprised about 700 assets. Now, the singular more shocking, I would say, revelation that came to us was that not a single one of those assets was investor ready. So just like any other banks, those assets were taken on with minimal due diligence, in the haste of taking on and doing something with your NPLs. So, and that's no exception. I mean, we've looked at portfolios of all banks, so I do expect to see planning issues, title issues, other legal issues. You have the Greek specific things like nomimobisi or legalization of legal space. Many banks would have gone through it. So I think it's going to be a hard slog finding the real gems out of that portfolio. I think it's a brilliant conference. I've been following the DDC conferences once, maybe twice a year. I think you can judge for yourself. The caliber of professionals is really high. Everyone is quite keen to listen to what's happening in the Greek and Cypriot market. I think it was a very opportune timing, and I wish everyone the best.